Hi, my name's Charlie. I'm at the Keg Cowboy in Lexington, South Carolina. I'm front of house manager right now. I've been in the business about 17 years, and I have a story about the time I knew I was going to stop being Walter White and become Heisenburg. So, I met this guy who walked in at a place in downtown Columbia, South Carolina, came in, told me his name was Billy, and I got to know each other slinging chicken wings, sweating ourselves damn near inside out, making food for nice people, trying to have a good time, and becoming good friends. One day Billy says to me, "Hey man, I got some stuff I got to take care of. You know, the kind of problems that involve law enforcement and you need cash to fix them." We talked about him borrowing some money from me. He came to me with a pistol, worth about what he needed to borrow as collateral. I accepted the deal, and we were going to work it out after Christmas. I started moving from the back of the house, working the ticket line, standing in front of a fryer, and went behind the bar to bar back. It was time for me to move up. I'm very proud of that. And it was also the day that the cops showed up. City of Columbia Police Department sent in 2 officers through the front door on a nice quiet Wednesday afternoon. It was about 2 weeks before Christmas. Again, this would be about 17 years ago. So the police walk in, they walk up to me, I'm standing behind the bar, and they say, "Are you Billy?" No. They turn to the guy that was training me and is still my mentor to this day. His name's Jason. "Hey, are you Billy, the officer?" He said no. Meanwhile, the expo fry cook was putting food in the pass and heard the cops asking for Billy. He ran back to the kitchen and said, "Billy, there's police here looking for you." Billy didn't know what to do other than the fact that he knew he was going to jail that day for an outstanding bench warrant. So he hid in the employee arrest room, chain smoked cigarettes because he knew he wasn't getting another one for about 30 days. They arrested him, dragged him out of the restaurant. Everybody went home at the end of the night. Next morning, started looking for him on the police searches. Turns out he was locked up in Lexington County, South Carolina. We found his picture online. I went over there after calling my boss. I was still a civilian at that time, working at a big insurance company nearby. I called my boss and said, "My buddy's in jail. I'm going to be late today." So I was. I went out to the jail, asked some questions, went to the courthouse, asked some questions, went to the bank, got the money, went back to the courthouse, paid the fine, went back to the jail, and 4.5 hours later, Billy was released. I got Billy out of jail. He said, "Thank God you're the one who picked me up." I said, "I'm happy to." We had an arrangement. I took him home. That was that. His nickname after that became Jailbreak, to which we still refer to him this day. I left after dropping him off at his apartment, drove all the way out to my day job at an insurance company, walked in the door, and everybody said, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "I wanted to be the only employee of this place who ever showed up 7.5 hours late for an 8-hour day." And I did. They said, "Why did you even bother?" And I said, "Because I said I'd be here." I worked for half an hour, clocked out, and went straight back to the bar to clock it back in. At that moment, I knew I was going to stop being civilian and start loving the brotherhood of people who put on an apron, grab a terry cloth towel, and start slinging tickets, as well as someone who stands at the front behind a line of pine and serves beers and happiness to the great American people. Anyways, that's my story about Billy Jones. I appreciate Go Cry on the Walk-In. Give them a shout out and ask yourself, what was the moment you knew when you were going to stop being a civilian and start being a pirate? Thanks for listening, everybody. Thank you very much, Marshall. I appreciate it, the OG pirate. Listen, let's do this again sometime. And don't forget, tell us your story about when you knew you were going to walk out of that office and start slinging drinks or slinging food. Thanks again for listening. My name's Charlie. Hope to see you around one day. Thanks.